Hello, this is Osas Iyamu, immigration attorney at law offices of Osas Iyamu. Now, with regards to the Affidavit of Support income requirement, which is a mandatory requirement for a family-based green card application process, one of the challenges is where the U.S. petitioner, whether a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, doesn't have a good financial and income history from the past, and their taxes does not support the fact that they make enough income. Maybe they just got a new job that year and they've not had an opportunity to file taxes to show that based on this new job, I'm actually able to meet the income requirement. Now, what can you do? Yes, you have a new job and the income is sufficient. In a situation like that, you can get your pay stubs, get your letter of employment contract to show that, yes, I have a full-time job and this is what my financial income is going to be. Now, that being said, even though you can do that, whether or not the immigration agency will accept that after reviewing your employment history and your previous taxes, which may not show consistency in terms of your income. Now, if they are kind of concerned that, oh, this person has not really been able to hold on to a job for a while, previous income were low, they don't have to rely on that. So depending on the officer, they may accept that or they may not accept that. It's important that you have a plan B. Even if you choose to use your current employment as a means of showing that you make adequate income for the Affidavit of Support income requirement, still have a plan B in case the government disagrees that you've not been able to meet the income requirement. One of the reasons why it's important to have a plan B is this. What happens if you lose that job during the course of the process? You start a good job, you're hoping to stay with that job. Based on that, you start the immigration process. What happens if you lose that job before the end of the immigration process? Either way, have a plan B. Have a joint sponsor. If you don't have a household member that can combine his or her income with yours, have a plan B for a joint sponsor in case it becomes necessary. You don't want to spend the time, the resources, put in the effort, file this entire application, and then your income becomes an issue in the middle of it all, and you have no one to fall back on as your joint sponsor. Case comes down denied. In as much as you want to use your prospective income, have a plan B in case it's not acceptable by immigration.